Hey folks, Andy with you. Today I just want to run through very quickly with you how to set up the MMA Fantasy Pool app on Facebook. It's a great way for competing with your mates to see who can get the best betting picks for UFC. So, all you're going to do, you're going to type in MMA Fantasy, and there we go, it's come up there. MMA Fantasy Pool. Click on that one. Don't worry about any of that stuff, that's all cool. You just got to make sure that you got Facebook.com up here in your address if you're ever, iffy about those sorts of things. So we're going to hit allow there, and voila, here we are. So what it is doing is showing us the next card coming up, and it's got the percentages of how many people here on the MMA Fantasy Pool have bet on who. So for instance here, John Jones has 81.3% of the vote. Now, it's not a tremendously tidy layout. It's a pretty, old school looking thing, but it's the best app for this sort of thing, and pretty much the only one I've found on Facebook. And it works. Once you know what's going on, you can get your eyes around it. It's all cool. So, say you want to make your picks for the next event. It's going to be the top one here, so Jones versus Machida. And so you can open that up. We'll go picks. And you get three things to select. You get to select who you think is going to win, so you use the little pull down selection there, so Jones or Machida. You get to say how you think they're going to win, so by either decision, TKO, or submission. And you get to choose round also. And you get points for each of those that you get right. So even if you get the wrong person, I believe, don't quote me on that. Maybe that's not true. I was about to say maybe you do still get points if you pick what round or how, even if you get the wrong person. I'm not dead certain of that. I'm going to have to check up on it. Anyway, that's the go. You fill them all in, and then once you get to the bottom, you simply hit Submit Picks. And that's it. Just takes you back to this horrible, ugly page here. We'll go back to that. Back to our main page. And that's it. Now, here's my quick little tip for you. Is as soon as the next card pops up here, and say you haven't made your decisions yet and you want to research some fighters, whatever else, sometimes they have blank pictures here, and you got to research them or whatever else so you can do better picks. What you do, just go in and do exactly what I just did then. That way you have some sort of bet placed, as opposed to forgetting altogether, having the card go by and going, shit, I forgot to bet. So that's my quick little tip there. At least you're going to get some sort of score straight away. So looking at the sections over here, here's what's really good about it. It lets you know how you're going overall, over all time, and also over the last 5 fights. And that way you can see this overall leaderboard here, which is based on the last 5 fights. And it really gives you a sense of where you're at, lets you know on each card where you scored, where you ranked compared to everyone else. Okay, so here we are on my personal page for the app, and here you can see all these numbers. So you can see your all-time ranking, how you're coming out of 83,563 people. You can see how many all-time correct picks, how many all-time correct pick and round, how many all-time correct pick and type, and all 3 correct. And your overall ranking is based on the last 5 fights. You have overall points, where you're at for the last 5 fights, overall correct picks, etc., etc. And you can see how many points you've got for each of the cards, and how many correct picks, picks and round, pick and type, all 3 correct, etc., etc. So it's really good for keeping track of where you're at. And the super fun bit is the fact that you can compare against your friends also who have set up this app. So there it is, folks. Great way to get into betting without spending any money and having a bit of fun. So sign up. It's pretty easy. It's not the tidiest looking layout, but it works until I find something better. It works just fine. So sign up to it and have some fun, and catch you again for more UFC fight predictions.